No.
Nobody care about me. You don't care about this dude here.
Hey guys, morning. Be excited. 2 days more.
2 more days. Two more days.
Be excited. Miss you guys. Thank you so much for your support, and thank you for everyone who make it that happen this year. It's hard year, but thank you for Mr. Jemanian, Mr. Dansam, Mr. G-Code, Mr. Dennis Jensen, because he's helping me to be in this shape. I like it. And to be excited to see the show.
2 more days.
Yeah.
All right, what's going on, you guys? Nick here with Nick Strength and Power. I've got a couple of interesting stories for you guys today. The first story, a lot of you guys caught this last night. Hadi Choopan put up a post in Delete. He posted a physique update where he said in the caption of that it was 3 weeks out was when this photo was taken, but he deleted it very quickly before it even reached 10,000 likes, which on Hadi Choopan's page is like nothing. So a lot of you guys were really quick with it, screenshotted it, sent it to me, asked me what I thought. I think Hadi looks really good here, assuming it is a 3 weeks out update. I feel like Hadi usually looks a little drier than that, but again, it was taken 3 weeks out, not today. So not necessarily a super recent update from Hadi. And again, you can tell there's been some altering done to the picture because the background is kind of faded out and made to look black and white, where Hadi's physique is made to be the foreground and the only thing in color. But just in case you guys didn't catch it, this is the latest physique update that we've seen, like a full physique update from Hadi Choopan, and it was posted and deleted relatively quickly. I'm not sure why, but this is kind of the latest physique update of Hadi Choopan. And of course, we reported yesterday, but it's been confirmed by basically everybody now, including Hadi's coach, Hani, that Hadi is in fact in Orlando. Hani Rambod, his coach, posted this picture with the status, "The arrival." They said it couldn't be done. Hadi Choopan, Mr. Olympia LLC, special thank you to Parsifar Mahdi. Couldn't have done it without you, and that is Hadi's manager. So if you guys have been living under a rock and you haven't been following along with bodybuilding, Hadi Choopan has been struggling with visa issues over the past several weeks. It remained a big question mark whether or not he would even be approved for a visa to then even travel to the United States to compete at the Olympia in Orlando, Florida. Just like last year, he had kind of the same issues, but obviously last year you didn't have the virus and all this other fantastic stuff that you have going on right now. So it was difficult for him in 2019, but he got there. It was even more difficult for him this year, and miraculously he was able to do it. So if you guys didn't watch any of yesterday's videos, Hadi Choopan did in fact get his visa. He did in fact make it to Orlando, and he will in fact be competing in the Olympia, which I think we've had a lot of bad news all year, a lot of bad news in bodybuilding. Finally, we've got some good news. An athlete who deserves to be at the competition, who is one of the best bodybuilders in the world, possibly wasn't going to make it against all odds. He made it to the Olympia. I think this is one of the best stories of the week, and I'm really happy to see Hadi getting his opportunity to compete at the Olympia again against the best of the best. Now, speaking of physique updates, another guy I'm extremely excited to see compete this weekend in the classic physique category, Logan Franklin, who made the big switch from men's physique, successfully qualified for this year's Mr. Olympia by winning the New York Pro in Tampa. He posted this physique update today with the caption, "I was born to brew up storms. Can you smell the rain?" And in this physique update, there's a lot going on. Specifically, his legs look insane in this physique update, not only from a size standpoint, because you can see that leg in the back, how far his quads are sticking out. The crazy separation that he has in his legs, the detail, the vascularity, the size of his legs is really, really good for classic. Because, as you guys know, it's classic physique. You don't have to have the biggest legs. You just have to have kind of balanced legs with the rest of your physique, or at least not legs that are lacking. And I would say detail and separation in your legs is much more important than size when it comes to the classic physique division. And Logan seems to have that in spades based on this picture. This is probably one of the more freaky physique updates that we've seen from Logan. We've seen a lot of upper body updates. Let's go over to an upper body update from. We know that he's got a great shape. We know that he's got a great structure when it comes to his upper body. We haven't seen as much of his legs, But this is one of those updates where he can tell I think Logan is really going to bring a very complete package to the Classic Physique Olympia stage. His first ever Classic Physique Olympia. This is his Olympia debut in Classic. And I think he's going to do very well, and I think he's going to surprise a lot of people. Honestly, he's drawn a lot of criticism because he's made some very confident statements. But I think Logan has a really solid chance at being one of the higher placers in this year's Classic Physique Olympia. I think in my prediction video, I predicted him 6th, so within the top 6. Now, next up in the news, I want to thank my German bodybuilding fans and followers who sent me this link to the rep1.de YouTube channel where they feature an interview with Dennis James. And if you guys have not subscribed to Rep1, check them out, especially if you guys are German bodybuilding fans. They are a great organization. They post a lot of great content over there on Instagram as well. Rep1.de, fantastic bodybuilding outlet. Now, they posted this interview in German with Dennis James speaking about Big Ramy. And I want to give another shout out here because one of my subscribers translated it for me because it's in German to translate for my English subscribers. His name was Leonard Reichen. I hope I pronounced that correctly, my brother. So these are the important parts of the interview that he translated for me into English. He says, I can promise you, this is what Dennis James is saying. I can promise you it will not just be a duel between Phil and Brandon. I think that there will be at least one, if not two guys that will have a say in it. These two guys are Bonac and Ramy, so he believes Bonac and Ramy are going to be in the same call-out as Phil and Brandon. He says, I can guarantee that Ramy is in the best shape of his life right now. It will be the best package he has ever brought on stage. Exactly the stuff that Ramy got criticized for is the stuff that is better now because he is in such great shape. The key was not to focus, and this quote right here is one of the bigger quotes for me coming out of this interview, and that's why I wanted to talk about it in this video. So he says, the key was not to focus on the weight this year, but to focus on how he looks, and that's why he is 20 pounds lighter right now, and this was recorded on Tuesday, so 20 pounds lighter on Tuesday than the last time he stepped on stage. So at 3 days out from the show, he's 20 pounds lighter now than he was the day of, I'm assuming he's talking about the Arnold Classic because that was the last time he stepped on stage. So he's 20 pounds lighter 3 days out than he was on stage at the Arnold Classic. And then he also says, Ramy has never been this light in the past 7 years. This is the lightest that Big Ramy has been in 7 years. Now, Dennis also goes on to make some comments about Phil where he says, I believe Phil is going to come in great shape, but I'm not sure if he's able to get his midsection under control. I believe that his gut problems came from loading too many carbs before the show, and now they are being careful with how much they are going to load. He may lose his trademark 3D look and volume. Maybe Phil comes in flat. It has happened before. If everybody is 100%, Dennis says that Ramy is the only one he believes can beat Phil. So those are some of the highlights for you guys of this awesome interview on Rep1.de's YouTube channel, translated into English because I know a lot of you guys are native English speakers. But if you guys are German or if you just want to watch the channel, make sure you guys go check out the Rep1.de YouTube channel. Again, they do a great job over there, and I watch a lot of their stuff. Now, next up in the news, more physique updates from classic physique competitor Wesley Vissers, this variation of a side chest pose that Arnold was famous for hitting. This is kind of the trademark way that Arnold hit it. Wesley, again, showing off the impressive level of conditioning that he's bringing to this year's Mr. Olympia, and also his posing ability. I mean, he really does a good job of hitting classic poses, making those poses his own, and bringing that unique element to the Olympia stage or to any stage that he competes at. His posing routine is always really good. He incorporates a lot of those classic poses, which I think a lot more classic competitors need to do because I think that's kind of the point of classic physique is the posing is a huge part of it, and I really like the guys that incorporate and throw in those poses. Now, Wesley says this is his last chest workout in Aruba before leaving for the Olympia for the United States. So hopefully Wesley is able to make it over with no issues. A lot of guys that are competing are already here in the States, so hopefully Wesley has no issue doing that, and he will get here, and everything's going to be great. And finally, for those that did not know, Dexter Jackson recently did make the final announcement before the Olympia that this will be his final show. This 2020 Mr. Olympia will be the final time that you get to see Dexter Jackson compete. There's been a little bit of back and forth, maybe a little bit of speculation that if he wins, if he does well, this will not be his last show. But he kind of puts it in no uncertain terms that this Olympia will be his final show. Dexter Jackson, the winningest bodybuilder of all time, meaning he's won more titles and more shows than any other pro in the history of bodybuilding. And I believe he also has the longest running active pro career, competing successfully nonstop to an older age than any other professional bodybuilder. So shout out to Dexter Jackson. Also looking forward to seeing how he's going to place this year in the 2020 Olympia lineup. Top 6, top 3, could he win the show? Let me know in the comment section below. We are 2 days away from prejudging at the 2020 Mr. Olympia. Subscribe to this channel for more Olympia updates, coverage, and news. If you have not subscribed already, give the video a big thumbs up if you're excited for the Olympia or if you just enjoyed the video. Leave a comment down below for the algorithm. As always, I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. See you at the Olympia. Nick Strength and Power signing out.